Yeah.
Be here.
Yeah.
The day ahead.
I'm thrilled. I'm so excited. We've got a huge day packed full of they're all about to kick off the third ever Austin Bitcoin Plus Plus here in Austin, Texas, and we're super excited about it. Yeah, so I'm excited. We got a whole full day of content and programming. But at Bitcoin Plus Plus, bringing Good Morning Bitcoin to the conference live. So looking forward to seeing who you guys get on stage today to chit chat and talk about what they're up to as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. We're gonna have many of the speakers join us either before or after their talks to get into some of the nitty gritty. I'm certainly very excited for the Battle of the Covenants later. A panel being moderated by Junsei will be joining the show as well later. So
do you guys have if there's a battle, do you guys have any bet? Are we taking bets? Is there a betting pool for people who want to, maybe think what they think is going to happen at the end of this Covenants panel? Or is it, just, I guess we have to get our live stream going, huh?
People saying that they think Opcat's going to reach consensus after this conference. So we'll see what.
I don't know.
Those of you listening, the faces of the other participants on this panel right now say more, I think, than the silence. Great. All right, I gotta.
We gotta.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hand it over to Phil and TC, who are gonna run you through the numbers for today. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm doing. And it's. But you guys can actually hear. Hopefully they can hear UTC. They can hear me. So yeah, I hope so too. All right. So what have we gone through so far? We've gone through the block height. Okay.
Right now, the fiat exchange rate is $57,460 on Bitcoin. If you're looking at Moscow time, that's 1,740.
That number went up. Not gonna lie, that number went up.
Probably some people are. You gotta actually just take in the moment and realize, how all of this fits into larger context. Do not fear. Continue to stagnate.
So what do you think? Are we going with the 10 years in the desert thing again?
No,
Are we doing that?
But if you had to classify things, I'm one of these 4-year cycle people. I really I think despite all of the surprises and unique things happening right now, I think 6 to 12 months from now, ripping in a proper market that you expect in these 4-year cycles. I don't think we escaped that.
I thought this time it was different, right? Like, I mean, it's because we hit that all-time high before, right? Before the halving, and then obviously this is different. So that means everything that must follow will be different. But I don't know, based on the action that we're seeing over the weekend, sorry, not over the weekend, but over last night and this morning, it seems like full cycle. It's we can't escape it. Not yet.
This is why
Yeah.
much more to look. Rate looking at, but can't dictate your entire feeling about what's happening, because otherwise you're going to feel like Bitcoin's dying constantly. We know this thing's volatile. We know that it's going to move up in a volatile way. It's going to move down in a volatile way, and in doing so, it ends up testing everyone's conviction. So your conviction's being tested. You feel fearful. That's your conviction being tested. Take a step back, look at the bigger picture, and see how well you understand what Bitcoin is and why you're holding it.
Yeah.
And if you come to a certain conclusion with that question, these movements should do nothing other than motivate you to stack harder in these moments where Bitcoin is on sale. So that's my
yeah. I agree. I mean, look, this is why we tell people to zoom out. This is why we tell people don't pay attention to the noise. If you're watching, you know what? If you're watching these price movements every day and you're getting and you're getting emotional about them, right? And you feel like that's it, quite possibly that is a hint to tell you to step back, right? Like everybody always tells you on Twitter, go touch some grass or just go live your life, right? Go live your life, and that's it. And you'll be just fine. So yeah. So guys, today we've got as you guys saw with Walton and Lisa, we've got a huge day. Lots of speakers are going to be coming. Essentially what it is they are going to be doing their talks in the conference, okay? And then they're going to be coming, sitting down with us, going through a kind of like a summary of their talks and trying to give more of like a high level of what it was, right? Something that's not, it's going to be technical, but hopefully a little less technical to get everybody else involved, right? So that we really understand what it is that these guys are doing. And again, the teaser, supposedly Rusty is going to be announcing something very interesting about opcodes and a project relating to older opcodes. But I'm not going to ruin it. We're going to let him tell us everything because it's going to be way better. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now. And there he is. Yeah, not bad. I've never actually summoned anybody really, so this is a first. This is a first.
Which is very
Yeah. We can't actually turn the camera around for anybody, so it kind of sucks because if we do that, then it's just all going to get ruined. But we are essentially right outside of the main conference center doors, and we get to watch the we get to watch the main presentations. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. What else do we have for the numbers, TC? Do we want to dive into some BS for the day?
I really do like to keep an emphasis on the production metrics, which are interesting right now. We're about halfway through the difficulty adjustment period, which is like we're headed for maybe a decrease in difficulty. We've got a 10-minute, 14-second average block time right now. Only 134 blocks in the last 24 hours. So, what do you know? Record high, all-time high difficulty actually means more friction, stronger current for those miners to swim against.
Yeah.
Tougher to find a block, and so actually we do expect. On the block space demand side of things, we have 20 sats per vbyte priority fee rate right now. So if you want to get into the next block, 20 sats per vbyte might do it. I think that
It's pretty cheap.
really impressive, really incredible, and reassuring after we saw these spike to certain levels during the halving and immediately following. So I think that this is actually one of those moments where maybe some people who thought there's some big existential problems with the market chill the F out, and they can realize 20 sats per byte will get it done. Bitcoin requires patience as far as long-term strategy. But as far as using Bitcoin, requires a little bit of patience too. But even if you're in a rush right now, it doesn't cost too much to get your transaction.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, I agree. And as you were mentioning that, all I could think of is the JPEG psyop, the spam psyop, these fees. People, I can't tell you how many times. I mean, this because you're in the spaces with me. How many times we hear people saying they can't use Bitcoin because of the fees, and that is. I mean, look, I know it's nice to say because you feel like you're saying something controversial and you feel like you're like, essentially it's concern trolling. That's really what it is. It's just concern trolling. And again, it's not to say that there aren't people doing what they're doing on Bitcoin, but it is to say that it's not an immediate threat like people think. And I am starting to believe more and more that this is a psyop. So, but I also tinfoil hat all the time. So I can't help it.
A lot of the dynamics. To me, the real important thing is every time you see things go higher, and if you're feeling any pain, it's a moment to remind yourself, why do we have numbers? Why does it cost anything to live? Remind yourself this is a decentralized network. Remind yourself that you are paying for finality in your transactions. You are
That's the key.
permissionlessness in your transactions. You are paying for an orderless total system that is using.
Yeah.
And so it's easy to forget sometimes, especially when we go through long periods of time of really low fees. People take it for granted. But when you're paying higher fees, remind yourself you are paying for all of those special attributes, all of those special qualities of Bitcoin transactions that make Bitcoin transactions very different than all other kinds of financial transactions that we use in the fiat legacy world. So you're getting something very special, and to think that you shouldn't have to pay anything for that is a bit of a bad mistake.
Yeah, I agree.
I actually should be paying for getting my transaction entered into an immutable database and be able to trust that that is if it's going to go through and it's going to go through permissionlessly. Nobody's I'm not asking anyone to allow me to.
No, that's right.
Just don't forget those things.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And you know, it just got me thinking. I mean, aren't fees technically a filter? Right? Like, aren't like, so, you know, this idea, look, I mean, I just think that people need to zoom out. Anyways, guys, right now the first talk is going to be happening very soon. So we're going to cut out of the live stream, but as soon as that first talk is done, we're going to be back here live with the guests from that first talk to sit down and have a chat. So guys, stay tuned and we are going to be back very soon. Take it easy.